your wife. Guaranteed to the time of your life, because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York Town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering, they're cheering, and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York Town. Give 'em a yell! Give 'em a hand! And let them know you're rooting and you stand. Come on and meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. The east side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York Town. Of New York Town.
Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to your home for chat tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, reviews, news, and so much more. And we are presenting the 1987 Mets. And let's take a quick peek at exactly what game this is. Game 31, May 13th, 1987. Mets have a heck of a offensive team. Now their pitching lacks a little bit, but you know, what are you going to do? So it's a pretty good game. It's going to be Ron Darling facing Mike Scott here in Houston. And for the Mets, it's going to be Lenny Dykstra leading off in center field, Wally Backman at second base, Keith Hernandez at first base, batting third. In the cleanup spot is Kevin McReynolds in left field. Darryl Strawberry is in the fifth spot in right field. Batting sixth is the catcher, Gary Carter. Howard Johnson, the third baseman. Then you have Rafael Santana, shortstop, batting eighth. Batting ninth is Ron Darling. On the mound for the Houston Astros is Mike Scott. He's a B in APBA Basic, a BXZ. We're ready to roll, keeping track on an 8-inch iPad using iScore for this one. I'm doing a few different things in different replays. As I learn new systems, I kind of incorporate those into what I do. And we are right about to get started. Not so happy with again, I'm having some lighting issues, and this has a tendency to happen. Let's see if we can kind of do away with some of that, leave just an overhead and see what effect that has. A little bit better, but it creates a shade. And I don't like that, so let me try this one here. That really kind of washes it out. So we're going to try to use this one. Let's see if we get a little bit closer there so you can see. I think that's a little bit better. Not totally. This seems washed out a little bit. This one seemed washed out a little bit. So when I get in front of it with a little bit more shade, it kind of looks a little bit better. So let me take off that top light and see what I can do with one of these back here. All right, the way you play APBA, now it's really dark. Let's see if I get some action over here on this side. I think that's a little bit better. There you go. And if I do this, set this over there. That's better. All right. Here goes Lenny Dykstra. Let me see what happens if I get this one out as well and aim it away. That may be too much there. That may be too much. All right. And let's move this over a tad. See if I center this a bit. my camera will settle in there. And it's going to be Mike Scott. Let's put him. He's on top, although he's the home pitcher against Ron Darling. Lenny Dykstra leading off. Here goes. It's 23, and that's going to be. Let me see what Scott. If Scott has the X, and I believe Scott does have the X. If he does, that's strike 3. So 1 batter, 1 strikeout. Lenny Dykstra strikes out. You know, I have another lamp over here, and I'm gonna try to plug that in. See what kind of effect that has for me. I really need a little bit more light. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Okay. Let's see if I get that in. For some reason, I don't know why it's not. It's not working. Let's having some issues with some lighting here, some lighting issues. Let me just bring this around here. And then I'll try to connect that somewhere else down here. A lot of action going on down here. There we go. There we go. It doesn't help very much. All right, anyway, let's all right, so next batter, Wally Backman. That's a 45, and that's going to be ball 4. So Backman's on. And with Keith Hernandez coming up, we're going to try a hit and run. Now, the one thing with APBA, you got to keep looking at the charts a lot. And that's a 21, a fly ball. That's going to be a fly ball to left on the hit and run. So it's 2 outs. One runner on the walk. Kevin McReynolds got good power. That's a 23, and that's going to be a ground ball second base. Bill Doran flips to Reynolds, and that retires the side 4-6. So APBA moves. I mean, you can play these in 15 minutes. Hatcher against Darling, 33. That's going to be a second column, and that's going to be a line drive base hit to center field. So that's going to be a single for Bill. I have Bill Doran leading off. I don't know why. Let me see. Is that the new lineup with Bill Doran leading off in this game? No, Hatcher should be leading off. So let me fix that. I know why. Show starting lineup. Hatcher should be leading off. Yeah, everything looks about right here. Okay, and the 34 is going to be. So Hatcher's on with a single. And here's the pitch to Doran. And there goes Hatcher. It's a ball and the throw down, and he is safe. Stolen base for Hatcher. Now, you don't get stats with APBA. You don't know what they do, and you'd have to kind of write it on the card somewhere. But that can be considered heresy, and you could get flogged for that in some parts. All right, so Bill Doran with a runner at second base. Oh, that's a foul ball. He's a switch hitter, and he should be batting lefty right now. So we got to input him as a switch hitter, which we haven't. Bats both. That's a 21. That's a pop-up left side. Back goes Santana and Johnson. In comes McReynolds. McReynolds makes the catch. 1 down. Pitch from Darling. 64. That's strike 3. Walling. Danny Walling strikes out. Next is Glenn Davis, and that's a 31. That's a 9, but that's going to be ground ball shortstop. Santana across the diamond, and that retires the side. I'm going to get some light crowd sounds here. because let's see, because it's just really, really, it's like a cemetery over here. Crowd. So I'm going to try to make it not too loud. Let me see if I can track this down. We're in the top of the second, no score. Left my phone behind, so I don't have my phone. And it's going to be Darryl Strawberry leading it off, followed by Gary Carter and Howard Johnson. Now, Darryl Strawberry, what are we, in 31 games? Darryl Strawberry has 15 home runs in 31 games. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, this is a nice crowd sound. Like that. I'm going to make it too loud. I'm trying to see if I can get I can lower the sound here because I don't want it to be too loud. And settings. There you go. Perfect. All right. So Darryl Strawberry, let's look at him and his stats. iScore keeps all the stats for you, so you know exactly what's going on. And he's got 113 at bats. He's got 44 hits, batting .389. He has 15 home runs and 45 RBIs. The Mets have been scoring runs by the dozens. All right, here goes Darryl Strawberry. That's a 64. That's ball 4. So Strawberry walks. Fan favorite, as you can tell here in Houston. Gary Carter. 65. That's popped up. And Ashby throws his mask away, makes the catch. One away. Howard Johnson, Hojo, 35, and that's ball 2. Again, the pitch to Hojo, 36, and that's popped up. This is on the left side. Wallen on third base makes the catch. 2 down. And Rafael Santana, 65. That's popped up again. So 3 pop-ups. And again, Ashby, he's under it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. Let's leave 1 score, none. We go to the bottom of the second. Kevin Bass. Oh, that's foul ball. And it's ball 4. So Bass walks. Shows some patience. Jose Cruz, foul ball. So 56, that's popped up. Shortstop. Santana going for it. Ashby, the catcher. 66. Oh, that's a deep drive. Got a hold of that one. Back. Darryl Strawberry back to the track. Looks up. That's gone. 2-run home run, 2-0 Astros. Alan Ashby with a 1 at 66, and that surprised me. Caught me off guard. Reynolds now. 51, and that's a ground ball shortstop. Out number 2. And Mike Scott, the pitcher. 64, and that's strike 3, and that retires the side. But the Astros pick up 2 runs. They lead a 2-0, going to the top of the third. Ron Darling is leading it off against Mike Scott. Now, Mike Scott was a Met a few years ago. Unfortunately, he's a ground ball third base. 1 away. Next is Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It's a fly ball, left field. Towards the line as Cruz makes the catch. 2 down. And Backman, 63. That's line center field. And Hatcher right there puts it away. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Mike Scott. And boy, the Mets let him get away, man. And that's tough because Mike Scott ended up being a heck of a ball player. Hatcher, Darling to Hatcher. It's line drive, base hit to left. McReynolds plays it on a hop. Billy Hatcher in the first. Pitch to Doran, low and away, and there goes Hatcher. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base, and that's the second stolen base for Hatcher. Bill Doran, 33. That's going to go take us into the second column. That's going to be line base hit. And the throw home, it's cut off. Doran holds it first with an RBI single. 3-0. Wallen. It's popped up right side. Darryl Strawberry. Squeezes it. 1 out. Glenn Davis, power hitting Glenn Davis. That's a 33. That's not what we want to see. We got a second column, and that's going to split the outfielders. Davis in left center field, and that's going to roll to the wall. Bill Doran is fast, and he's going to score on this double. RBI double, 4-0. Glenn Davis, 1 out double, drives in Doran, who's got the wheels. That's fly ball right center field. Darryl Strawberry and Dykstra converge. Strawberry gets it. Nobody will be advancing on that. And Cruz, lefty hitting Cruz, 27. And that's going to be second. 27 is a ground ball third base. Hojo throws him out, and that retires the side. But the Astros pick up 2 more. They lead it 4-0. We're at the top of the fourth. Mets need to start getting their offense going here. Against Mike Scott's not going to be easy. It's a ground ball to third. So Hernandez goes the opposite way. The grounds one to third, and let's just make sure that's not. It's 5-3. Kevin McReynolds is next. Hey there, I got some people talking. Salvador. Hey there, brother. Can't stay long, no problem, man. It's good to see you. Good to hear from you. I played 2 awesome games in my 77 season payoff pitch replay. Man, I'd love to know more about your season. Royals came back 5-5 after 7 innings. The Yankees squeezed on the winning. Wow, okay. I'm not a big squeeze guy. I don't think I've ever done a squeeze in my life. I used to hate it when they did it in Little League. Royals won the first game 5-4. Cool. All right, so Kevin McReynolds, nobody on. 1 out. 56. It's a pop-up shortstop. Reynolds makes the catch. 2 down. Top of the fourth, 4-0. Houston, 44. And that's ground ball to short. That's actually a fly ball center field. It's going to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, Alan Ashby. 16, the grounded is short. Rafael Santana throws out Ashby, 1 away. Reynolds, 16, another grounder up the middle, and Santana there, throws on the run, 2 down. And Scott, 62, and that's strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. So Ron Darling settled down a little bit. That's good to see. Gary Carter's leading it off. It's Carter, Johnson, and Santana here in the top of the 5th, 4-0. Houston, 6-3. That's a fly ball left field. Jose Cruz cruising over, makes the catch, 1 down. Hojo, 45, and that's ball 4. So Hojo's on with a walk. It's neat to start getting something going. It's not going to be easy against Mike Scott. It's a heck of a ball player. And that's fly ball center field. That's 2 outs. Ron Darling, let him bat. And that's strike 3, and that retires the side. We're at the bottom of the 5th. Hatcher, 55, single. That's 3 for 3 for Hatcher today. Doran, fly ball to right. Strawberry there, makes the catch. 1 down. Hatcher back to first. Now it's Wallen, left-handed hitter, 55. That's line base hit. And to third goes Billy Hatcher, first and third. And we got a righty, Glenn Davis coming up. And we got a switch hitter. Mets are starting to look in their bullpen. Let's, they're starting to look in their bullpen. Let's see, we got McDowell pitched, Leach pitched. We got a couple of guys. I know Roscoe pitched as well, so and Walter pitched. So we got a couple of guys that I already have set up to come in. Let's see if we can bring in. We're going to bring in Leach right here. Terry Leach is going to replace Ron Darling. All right, Terry Leach is a BZ pitcher. So he's going to face Glenn Davis. So he's going to go to an A right here because it's the same side. That's a 24, and that's a fly ball left field. This may be, let's see, first and third, 30, which is a Z. It's going to be a shallow fly ball to left field. They're not going to test McReynolds' arm. He's a 3 outfielder, which means that he's top of the top for APBA in APBA Basic. So that's going to be out number 2. Kevin Bass is next. It's a switch hitter batting lefty. I don't know if we have him down as a switch hitter. No, we don't. Now he's down as a switch hitter. Who's down as a right-handed hitter. Got a pretty decent card. He's got a 7 at 22, a 1 at 66. He's got a 9 at 35, so he batted probably 280 and above. He's got walks everywhere, so he had a pretty decent batting average in 1987. I don't know what it is because APBA doesn't tell you. And I thought it was a 30. That was a 66. So that would have been trouble. And a 33 against Leach. That's going to be popped up and make that the shortstop, and that retires the side. So it's top of the order for the Mets. It's Dykstra, Backman, and Hernandez against Scott. Scott is probably going to go. Let's go on ball short. Probably going to go the whole game here. Next is Backman. Backman's 0 for 1, walking flight out. It's a 45. That's ball 4. Second time Backman's walked today. Keith Hernandez, get something going. Let's try to hit and run here. 41. That's a ground ball to short. No double play thanks to the fact that the runner was going. And it's McReynolds with 2 outs. Oh, that's a weird. And that's going to be a 46. Strike 3 inning over. So Scott blows one by McReynolds. And Terry Leach here against Jose Cruz, 52. Ground ball third base. Hojo fires the first and gets Cruz by half a step. Cruz talking to the first base coach, asking him if he was safe or not. First base coach says, nah. Alan Ashby. 4-0 Astros. This is a ground ball shortstop. 2 out. And Craig Reynolds, shortstop. Ground ball again to Santana. 3 up, 3 down. 3 ground balls to shortstop. Darryl Strawberry leading off the top of the 7th against Mike Scott. And that's going to be strike 3. So Scott fans Strawberry. Next is Carter, 21. That's a fly ball left field. Over his Cruz. Makes the catch. 2 down. And Hojo, left-handed batter, 56. That's strike 3. So 2 more strikeouts for Scott. And let me take a quick peek at how many strikeouts Scott has. He's got 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 strikeouts. And he's leading off the bottom of the 7th against Terry Leach, who's still in there, 56. And that's a pop-up to short. Santana. Hatcher. Snake Eyes. Oh. And that's going to be a 63. That's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the left field corner. McReynolds after it. The throw to second base and safe with a double. Went out double by Hatcher, who's now 4 for 4. Bill Doran, 45. That's ball 4, and that's going to be it for Leach. Leach is out, even though he's due up next inning. But with a lefty coming up, we're going to bring in a kid named Walter, who pitches here early on. He didn't get an official card from APBA, so he didn't pitch enough to get a card. But they're sure using him a lot in the first couple of months. So Gene Walter is going to be an A coming in because he's facing the player from his side, Gene Walter. Take care, Salvador. Have a great night, brother. Denny Walling against the lefty, Gene Walter, who's an A right now, with runners on first and second. That's a 34. That's a fly ball, right center field, and Dykstra after it and runs it down. Gets it back in quickly, holding the runners. So Doran gives it a ride. I'm sorry. That was Walling. It would have been the same thing. Walling gives it a ride, and now it's Glenn Davis, a righty. And let's see if Davis can, Walter can get through Davis, and he can. That's a ground ball, shortstop. Flips to second base, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the eighth. It's 4-0 Astros. It's going to be Santana, probably a pinch hitter. Well, definitely a pinch hitter. Definitely a pinch hitter. And then we're going to have the top of the order, Dykstra. So let's go to Santana right here. Pitch from Mike Scott, who's, pitching. He's pitching a I don't even want to say what he's pitching. Mike Scott has a no-hitter in the eighth inning. Rafael Santana, 43. That's strike three. Ron Darling, we're going to see Mookie Wilson coming in. It's actually not Ron Darling, it's Gene Walter. We're going to see Mookie Wilson as a pinch hitter coming into this game. So up to this point, Scott has allowed no hits. Yes, sirree. No hits for Mike Scott through 7 1/3. And Mookie Wilson, the Mook, is going to try to break it up. Usually when you mention it, it's over. That's a 26. That's strike three. I think that's his 7th strikeout. Now we go to the top of the order. And we're going to bring in McDowell. It's going to be our next pitcher. Roger McDowell. They call him Mac. Lenny Dykstra, left-handed hitter against Mike Scott, a righty. And that's strike three. And that retires the side. So we go to the 9th. So that's Mike Scott with 8 innings of no-hit ball. And McDowell is coming in for the Mets. Roger McDowell, he's a C pitcher. He's going to face Bass. It's 4-0 Astros. That's a 33. That's going to be a double off the wall. Got all of it. One hop off the wall and gotten in quickly by Dykstra, and Bass is on with a leadoff double. Cruz is next. That's ball 4. So McDowell comes in and immediately allows 2 base runners. Alan Ashby. That's a 27. That's going to be a ground ball third base. Both runners advance. No chance to go for that force. So second and third with 1 out. 4-0. Infield's going to be in for the Mets. Craig Reynolds, 16. It's 28. Santana with second and third. Santana is a 2 fielding column. And that's going to be a single. Both runners score. So with the infield drawn in, Greg Reynolds gets it through into the outfield for a base hit, and both runners score. 6-0. Mike Scott now, 22, and that's going to be a single base hit, and Reynolds to third. Roger McDowell is having some issues, to say the least. Hatcher, who's 4 for 4. First and third, infield's in again, and that's a foul ball. Lined it foul. Hatcher again, 24. And that's a fly ball to left. And everybody's going to hold on this. 2 out. And Bill Doran. Doran's 1 for 3. Infield's back now. That's a 66. That's going to take us to the second column. Second column, 31. And that's going to be pulled down the line into the right field corner. And Darryl Strawberry doesn't play it well. It kind of rolls away from him. Dykstra picks it up, and around second, here comes Reynolds. He scores easily. Behind him is Scott, and into third base with a 2-out triple is Bill Doran. 8-0. Now we're going to bring in Orozco, Jesse Orozco, to try to get out of this mess. We had enough with Roger McDowell. We're bringing in Orozco now. All right, Orozco's in there now. He's a deep pitcher. He'll be a C against a lefty. So it's 8-0. 24, and that's a fly ball, left field, left center field, and McReynolds over, under it, squeezes it, and that retires the side. 9th inning, Mike Scott. This is a no-hitter alert. It's going to be Backman, Hernandez, and McReynolds, 3 tough hitters to get through. So he's an A now. He should have been an A in that 8th inning. He's an A now. He's got enough to become an A. So here goes Mike Scott trying to pitch the no-hitter. Haven't had one of these in a while. Wally Backman. Oh, that's a 33, and that's line drive base hit. No hitters over. Keith Hernandez. 41. That's a ground ball shortstop. Reynolds to Doran. Back to first. Davis scoops it up. 6-4-3 double play. We're 1 out away from a one-hitter. Wow, that was too bad there for Mike Scott. Man, I'd do anything to have him. Kevin McReynolds, 2 outs. 56, popped up, left side. Reynolds there, calls it, makes the catch. Game over. Mike Scott takes a no-hitter into the 9th inning, and it's broken up by Wally Backman, who I rolled a 33 on. He just couldn't do anything about that. That was too good a roll. And Wally Backman breaks up the no-hitter with a single line shot to center field. And there's no way that would have been an out even against an 8 pitcher. That 7 is an automatic hit no matter who. Yep, that's one of. So Mike Scott shuts out the Mets on a one-hitter. He gets the win. The loss is going to go to Ronnie Darling, who struggled. I think all Mets pitchers struggled except for Terry Leach. Mets used 5 pitchers. Line score was Mets, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 4 left on base. Houston, 8 runs, 12 hits, 7 left on base. And that's all she wrote for this presentation of APBA Basic, one of my favorite games. I love APBA. I'll always be playing APBA. I criticize it tremendously because it's the atomic age game. There are much better games that, but this is close to my heart, and that counts for a lot. So remember, this is your home for chat and tutorials and strategy and player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, unboxings, so much more. Thanks for stopping by, guys. You watched the 8 innings of no-hit ball pitched by Mike Scott from the Houston Astros. What did Mike Scott do here in 1987? He had a 3.23 ERA, and he was 16-13, pitched 247 innings and had 233 strikeouts. Mike Scott got some beautiful Topps baseball cards. You can get these really cheap. Those seasons that in the 80s and the 90s and 2000s, you get a whole set of cards for about $15. You get the whole season with all the players, and I put them into teams, and every so often I bring out different guys for these big games. Ron Darling always had the turtleneck, had the mullet going there. And these are nice action shots, unlike the early 70s or mid-70s cards where the guys are posing. So this is gorgeous. Mike Scott pitched a one-hitter broken up in the 9th inning. The no-hitter is broken up in the 9th inning by Wally Backman. And the Mets lose it 8-0. And now where do the Mets go? I'll tell you. Where do these Mets go? My 87 Mets. My 87 Mets are going somewhere now. Well, they have one more game with Houston. And then we are going. Mets are going back to Flushing, Queens. So they're going to face the Giants. And it's going to be a 3-game set against the San Francisco Giants. That's going to be exciting. Who do the Giants have? Let me look at that lineup real quick. Giants have Wasinger, Chili Davis, Jeffrey Leonard, Candy Maldonado batting fourth, Joel Youngblood. Oh, he's next Met batting fifth. Bob Melvin, first baseman, batting sixth. Bob Brenly, the catcher, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Matt Williams, the shortstop. And Mike Krukow is the pitcher versus Sid Fernandez. So that's going to be a fun game. So I'm looking forward to that one. And that's all she wrote for tonight, guys. So thanks for stopping by and hanging out. And this is CP Cards and Dice saying I will see you again soon. Take care.